Okay, so this tutorial is going to show you how to create and animate a simple avatar, similar to the one what I use. For the purposes of this tutorial, I am going to be making a few assumptions. Namely, that you have access to the following things: paper, a pencil, a scanner, digital camera, or some other mystical method of transporting pencil drawings onto a computer, an installed copy of the GIMP, and a video editor with support for, at the very least, dual video tracks and support for transparent.png files. Now, I regret to inform you that you may have to pay out a little as far as the video editor is concerned. Although, for those of you who used to own a copy of Adobe Premiere Pro 2.0 or need to maintain a copy of Premiere Pro 2.0, Adobe has released a free-to-download version of that program on their website. It's only for those who, actually has a license for Premiere Pro 2.0. But the thing is, everyone had a copy of Adobe Premiere Pro 2.0 when they were growing up, didn't they? Didn't they? I thought they did. Now, to my mind, the GIMP and Premiere Pro 2.0 are pretty easy to get a grip on, so I'm not going to be going into any great detail when we come to use them over the course of this tutorial. So what I would suggest doing is taking an hour or so with each program, just to play about, to see what the buttons do, draw a few things, make a short little video clip, just that sort of thing, just play about with it. With these sorts of programs, I find that's often the best way to learn something. I'm also going to be assuming that your artistic ability is about as non-existent as my own. If you have Tony Hart-esque mad skills, then you probably won't need this tutorial. Right, so step one is quite simply to draw your avatar. Now remember, the more complicated you make it, the longer it will take to do what we're going to do a little later on in the GIMP. Now for the purposes of this tutorial, I am just going to be doing a simple alien looking thing, like so. Now, when you do draw your avatar, do your best to keep the head and the body, or whatever parts you happen to be drawing, in some sort of consistent scale, as this will make the next stage a little bit easier. Now, you may be wondering why I have the head drawn unattached from the body. Now, honestly, I find it a little easier this way, especially were I to create a full avatar out of this, where I would have half a dozen to a dozen different heads. If you find a better way of doing it, or a way that works better for you, go ahead. It's all good. But this is how we're going to be, or rather how I'm going to be doing it for the purposes of this tutorial. So once you've got something that you're happy with, we need to get it onto the computer. So if you have a scanner, go and scan it. If you want to use a digital camera, which I have, then just take a snapshot. Once you've got one you're happy with, import it onto your computer. Once the pencil drawings are onto your computer, fire up the GIMP. Okay, so with the GIMP fired up, wonderful program that it is, we are now going to start chopping up our scanned or photographed in drawings. So we're going to go File, Open, navigate to wherever it is. I've got it here in the handily named tutorial file. As can just save me a bit of mucking about, I just photographed it in. So we want the rectangle select tool. Drag a box around our piece, click once in the middle, Control C, File, Create from Clipboard, and as if by magic, File, wait a minute, File Export to, put this in the tutorial, and we'll call this new avatar head. Export everything that's been exported as a .png file. No, we don't need to save that anymore, thank you. And now we'll get the body. There we go. Something like that. Control C. File. Create from Clipboard. File. Export to new avatar body. Export cam. Okay, we don't need to save that. And that is the head, avatar, all the little bits and pieces for our simple little avatar here, all chopped up. Okay, so with the head and the body now in separate files, we can start tracing them. So first things first, we're going to need a fairly substantial canvas to work from. So File, New. I've already got this set up here, so width is going to be 2320 pixels, height is going to be 4000 pixels, right, which gives us something like that. Just as a matter of interest, this is currently at 18% or 18.2% of zoom. So we want File, Open as Layers, and bring in the head, File, Open as Layers, and we're going to bring in the body. Right, so we'll just position the head there, the body there, and now we will scale it up a bit, something like that. And then we'll do the same. Let's go down a bit now. Same for the head. Just get that. In fact, whilst I'm here, I'll just quickly. No, wrong button. There we go. I'll just quickly get rid of some of the like that. Okay. So let's just scale that up a bit. Scale. Doink. Right, move that approximately into position. Something like that. Alright. Okay, not too bad. Now, obviously, if you were to scan it, or if you had a better camera positioning, or whatever, this bit, the digitized pencil drawings would look a little bit better. Also, you can spend longer positioning it and so forth. But for the purposes of this tutorial, this is more than enough for our needs. So now we're going to right click and we want a new layer, and we want it to be a transparency, and it's on top, which is good, and indeed exactly where we want it, because now we're going to do a bit of tracing, and we're going to do a bit of tracing using the Paths tool. So quickly hold Control and scroll in using the mouse, middle mouse button, and now we're going to trace around the face. Now I'll just do a few bits just to quickly show you. So let's start there. Place the next position and hold the left mouse button, and then we can drag out a curve, and we can bring this back in like so, and we can use this one to then adjust the curve. If you don't bring this one back in, the next point will have a curve already on it, and that's not always what you want. So we'll do that, and then we will do something like that. Okay, this will do just okay, just for to show you. I'll do the rest in a minute. So go to the tool dialog. The tool options dialog. We want stroke path, solid color. We don't want any anti-aliasing. I don't know how thick do we want it. Let's make it 8 pixels thick. The line. So click stroke. And there we have it. If we just quickly hide that. Yeah, we have the start of our traced face.
Must make more speed!
Okay, so the face is now traced. It's a little rough around the edges, I fully admit. But hey, not bad. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can take more time to make it perfect. So, just call that actually traced head. There we go. So, Control C, File, Create from Clipboard. And that will bring our traced alien head into a new file that is the same width and height as the source file, effectively, which is what we want. So now we've got it here, we'll just do a quick bit of colouring. Zoom in a bit and get trusty old pen. I'll just make my trusty old pencil a little bit more manageable. Just fill in any gaps. So fine, alien. Let's pick a decent alien colour. It's an alien. May as well go with a very stereotypical green. We'll have a slightly darker green for... what do you think will look cooler? Do you think it'll look cooler with those as his eyelids? Was part of his eye? I know what we'll do, actually. Okay, we'll keep that. Actually, no. Yeah, I know. I'll make his nose... No, is the outline of his nose. His actual nose a dark green. Keep that darkness, but we'll scale out to a blue. Because I like blue. So, colour 1. This is eyes. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So, now we can go File, Export. This is going to be avatar head normal a .png. Now again, it's a .png file because PNGs support transparency. Anyway, so there we are. Head is now coloured. Okay, so with the head done, the next thing we need to do is give him an open, or her an open mouth. So we'll just scroll in. This is the easiest thing we're going to do. We're going to use our pathing tool. We'll just do it directly onto our little head here. Goes about there and out there. And it doesn't really have to be perfect. Stroke. I made that 16, didn't I? There we go. Whoops. Would help if I used the right colour, or absence of colour. Okay, and we just need to fill in the mouth. Again, quite easy. Doink. 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 Create a little tongue there. Now, as I'm only doing the one curve, I didn't bother to bring that in. Fill, and because this is a fairly traditional alien, a pinkish tongue, and adjust. Alright, zoom back out, and file, export, avatar head normal B. Okay, and that is Teresa the alien with an open mouth. Okay, and now that we've done that, we'll just quickly have a look. Normal RAM, sorry. Oh, close enough to normal to be true. And there we are. That's what our alien currently looks like. Not too bad. So from here, we're going to take our avatar head normal and our avatar head normal body, and we're going to put it into our video editor. Here's where the fun begins.